Okay, we're continuing on in the second part of exercise 1 from chapter 3. We just need to add a little notch feature on the bottom, some fillets and chamfers, and we should be able to wrap this up. So I'm on page 3-33 if you're following along in the red book, or red shelf rather, and we're going to go in and add some relationships by putting a new sketch on this face. So we're going to, instead of using the sketch command, we've learned last time that if we just pick extruded cut and then select the surface, it's going to automatically activate the sketch command and allow us to save a couple of clicks. So right now I have a sketch on this surface, and I can look normal to that surface, which is a good habit. And we're going to draw a rectangle in here. We're going to add some relationships to the upper piece. So I'm going to grab my rectangle tool. I'm going to click on the line, and I'm going to get the coincidence symbol and click and drag my rectangle. And then I can hold, after I escape from my rectangle tool, I can hold my control button down, select this line and this line. Whoops. Let me escape that for a moment. I had too many things selected. I'm going to select this line first, hit Control, select this line, and make them collinear. And we can do the same thing with these. Nice thing about adding these relationships is if this notch were to be edited, the top portion, it would automatically edit the lower portion and update those for you. All right. Then what we can do is also we can define this line, this distance here, by simply I'm going to hit OK to that. I can select this line again and this line, and then we can say equal, and now we end up with a fully defined sketch. I'm going to go back to my kind of isometric view here, and we can go ahead and make that cut. All right. So if we exit the sketch, because I selected extruded cut to begin with, it knows that I want to, and I could just, instead of say blind, I could go through all, and that will take care of that. All right, the next step is to add a fillet of 32 thousandths on the inner edges of this notch. So I'm going to come up here and grab the fillet command. I'm going to enter a value of 32 thousandths, which is 0.032, and I'm going to select the vertical edges here. And it looks like the part. Hit OK. And if we jump forward to the next page, the final step is adding some chamfers to these holes. So chamfers are hidden under the fillet command. So if we come up to the fillet command and go to chamfer, this is usually something that's assigned to the edge of a hole, maybe for like a countersink. And let's see, the size of this is 60 thousandths, which is 0.06, and we should be okay. If I hit OK, we now have our chamfers, our final notch, and our fillets. So if we check that with our mass properties, hopefully we've got this correct.